Was Washington right about Kirk Cousins all along?
Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone.
Chased down by Beal in the corner for three, gets fouled and hits.
Welcome to DC.
Walker tied him out.
You know where you're at the USA Cap. You're taking it slightly. I'm taking it slightly. Now how you gon' act on you gon' be right back. When we gon' be right here. We gon' be right here. We ain't going nowhere. Welcome to DC. DC, the home of Chuck Brown. Oh, you don't know the sound? Well, let me break it down.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah coming at you with another video for the channel, and welcome back to the DMV Sports Zone. And then today, guys, I'm coming at you with the video that I think for a while now I've been wanting to do. We're talking about Kirk family member Cousins. Before I get in this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more DMV sports content as we try to push out as much fire content out there as possible. And let's get straight to the video. I think we're just gonna have to start off with how it all began. 2012, 102nd overall, we drafted Kirk Cousins after taking RG3 second overall. And really nothing much else we expected that year. I was young, so I didn't really pay attention to Kirk. I was just all on the RG3 hype train, you know? So, I mean, Robert just went off that year. It was electric. 10-6, wild card game. We all know what happened. And Kirk, that first time we saw him in action was that game when RG3 got hit by Haloti Ngata. Came into the game, we won in overtime. And that Ravens team, which was ironic, is they won the Super Bowl that year, so that's pretty crazy. But the week after that game, we saw Kirk Cousins' first start as a NFL QB. Man, he won that game against Cleveland. And really, we didn't expect nothing much else of him. Just maybe a decent quarterback, backup QB. And that was the time when he was ranked number 12 and he had the receding hairline, so that's crazy how things have changed since then. You know, same self, being able to run the ball, read option, being able to stretch the field. But we all know what happened. The system was just not fitted well when it came to him, and all the drama that happened with the Shanahans and him still not being the same after the injury. It's just football, and it happened. Obviously, it was heartbreaking, rather. But Jay Gruden gave the keys to Kirk Cousins in 2015, and I think it's safe to say I was a Kirk Cousins fanboy because whoever's at QB, I'm obviously supporting him. I was young, but I really thought in Washington he was very underappreciated by this fan base. I think the problem was that fans liked Kirk Cousins, but they didn't love him, and I don't know where, because it was just that guy that did not perform on Monday Night Football prime time. And we all remember that Giants game where we should have won when they were not playing a whole lot of starters, and he threw that interception at Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie that sealed the game. We missed the playoffs. It was very heartbroken that year. Obviously, we went to that one wild card game, we won the NFC East, lost to the Packers, and Rodgers just torched us after that first quarter when we were up 11-0. And Rodgers said, yeah, let me just stop playing around. But Kirk, it's safe to say, ever since he went to Minnesota and we franchise tagged him twice, which I'll get to in a second, we just never found stability in the quarterback position. And it's sad. Carson's definitely our best quarterback since Kirk. It's sad to say, but that's the reality of it. And as of now, currently, Kirk Cousins is a better QB than Carson Wentz. Hopefully that will change. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Kirk, I just think one thing that held him back a lot from winning was just our defense was not good at all when he was here in Washington. It was sad. It was just so many fourth quarter just failures from the defense aside. We just couldn't stop a parked car. I don't know, man. That defense was terrible and nothing much else said. Offensively, we were great. We were, I think, at one point the best offensive passing wise in the league. Had Sean McVay and Pierre Garçon, Deshaun Jackson, Jamison Crowder, Jordan Reed. Oh my God, I miss that man so much. Top 3 tight end when he was healthy at his prime. And Kirk was just that guy. I mean, we saw the Sunday Night Football game against Aaron Rodgers. We beat them. That game against Seattle when it was 4 offensive linemen were out, 4 starting offensive linemen were out. Just throws that dart to Josh Doxson diving, which is one of the few highlights that he had in Washington. Josh Doxson, man. Kirk, he had many highlights in Washington, and obviously a lot of people are just nitpicking because he just didn't provide us anything. But that's the one thing I don't like about this fan base is they want great, They're not content with good, which I understand because we've been bad for so long. But at the end of the day, if you want a winning franchise, you're not going to start off amazing. It's going to take time, and that's just something we haven't found in any quarterbacks after Kirk.
You like that? You like that?
You like that? You like that? I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Afternoon again today. Deshaun Jackson has just been outstanding today. Pierre Garçon, a huge conversion on the 3rd and 16 earlier in that drive. Now the touchdown, Jamison Crowder.
You like that? Yeah, you like that? You like it? You like that?
I mean, oh my goodness, that hyped me up. It was just a guy he's a first world-class professional, just keeps everything straight, doesn't show any emotion, and just performs out there on the field. Nothing much else said. Man, where did we go wrong with Kirk, man? I don't know. A lot of things went wrong, I'll tell you that. First NFL franchise to franchise tag QB back-to-back years. That was pretty crazy. And to top it all off, we let him walk when we could have traded him. He had some trade value. San Francisco, I think, was willing to trade a first for him, or even a third would have been good. But like Trent Williams, we got a little bit for Trent Williams. For Kirk, nothing at all. That was incredibly sad. Another botched opportunity that this franchise, or front office rather, in the past had committed. Man, now it just brings me to the question, were we right about Kirk Cousins? Was he an average NFL QB? Now in Minnesota, I was so hyped when he won his first playoff game against the Saints, but again, it was a little fluky. That offensive pass interference could have gone either way by Kyle Rudolph. But again, I think Mike Zimmer just wasn't a great coach. I think he was a little bit overrated. Now he brings in Kevin O'Connell, which he had connections with in Washington. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin O'Connell becomes the next Sean McVay, because that's what we do in Washington. We let the young geniuses go and just hire guys like Jay Gruden. No, but, man, I think it's just, were we right about him? Because in Minnesota, he hasn't done anything. And the crazy part was, that year before they brought Kirk Cousins, Minnesota went to the NFC Championship with Case Keenum at QB, who we signed. Or no, he went to the Broncos and we signed him. And ever since then, the Vikings only been to the NFC divisional game with Kirk Cousins. Is that all on him? I don't know. I want to say yes, but the fanboy in me doesn't want to say that. 59-2 as a starter for Kirk Cousins. That just yells out mediocre for any NFL fan. But he has top 3 wide receiver in Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, explosive. They just need to rebuild the offensive line because that has been helping them much, and the defense needs to be upgraded in many positions. But again, I think from what we can see, and obviously the quarterback market is now in Minnesota's favor, it's safe to say that we were right about Kirk Cousins not being able to be a huge winner, but we were wrong in the sense of him not being able to provide stability at the quarterback position. But that's it's a hard topic to talk about, and a lot of fans don't want to talk about Kirk Cousins because that's just the past. But it's just something that I love to talk about because he was one of the first QBs that I loved watching after RG3. He just always showed up every Sunday. One thing he never missed. I don't think he missed any games, if I'm not mistaken, but he rarely missed games. Availability was there, and I know there were moments where it was you would just scratch your head. But overall, he was an above average QB and arguably was top 10. Even top 10 now, you could argue, in the same tier as Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford. It's just sad, and he's probably laughing at us because we couldn't replace him with anybody. We tried so hard. Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, may he rest in peace. Case Keenum, Colt McCoy, Josh Johnson, Mark Sanchez. Who else am I missing? I'm missing a lot of guys. Taylor Heineke, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Gary Gilbert. We just never found stability. And the way we treated him in Washington, us fans, just threw him under the bus. I wasn't surprised that he left. And we were wrong. I'll rephrase my answer. We were wrong about him. He was keeping us in games. A lot of fans don't want to admit it, but he did. He was. Our defense was terrible. If we had that same offense and this defense as of currently, we'd definitely be an NFC contending team. That's the problem. We need to have both sides of the ball. We need complementary football. We don't have that in Washington, as we've seen for the past 20 years under Dan Snyder's regime as an owner. But man, I miss Kirk a lot. And it was just a video I want to talk about because a lot of fans out there think that Kirk Cousins is overrated. I think he's one of the most underrated players in this league because we just haven't. We don't look at things the same with him compared to a guy like Matt Stafford, who we give excuses for, Derek Carr. Kirk Cousins just sometimes, in my opinion, is just scrutinized a little too much, and that was very much shown in Washington. And I miss him. A lot of fans don't miss him, but I miss him. But now we have Carson, so that's pretty much the end of this video. Hopefully Carson can make me shut up and prove that he's better than Kirk Cousins currently. But yeah, I'm praying that Kirk wins the Super Bowl one day because, man, that would be nice. I can't tell you how excited I was when he won that first playoff game. Man, that you like that will always live forever. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your thoughts about Kirk Cousins. Is he overrated, underrated, or just perfectly rated? Do you think we were wrong? Were we right? Is Kirk Cousins an imposter? Let me know. Training camp is coming up soon. I can't wait for that. And if you're not already, make sure to follow us on social media. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, @DMVSportsZone. And I'm out. Peace.